Hey team, on the couch, Pete Leonard, iconic tennis player and administrator these days. Well,
Yeah,
coach and all sorts, I
oh,
suppose.
look after a few things, got a few hats.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I wanted to get you in, mate, because the juniors at the moment, there's about 4 or 5 that are just doing amazing things,
Yeah.
not only locally, but one in Serbia at the moment. Tell me about this group of kids that are coming through and what they're doing at the moment and what they've got coming up on their calendar.
Well, at the moment, hoops, we got Josh Gilbert, who's just represented New Zealand over in Australia at the Australian Nationals Teams event. Josh had a couple of games of singles and doubles. He played 4 doubles games, came back unbeaten. So it's a very, very good thing for the under 13 team. So well done to Josh on that one. We've got Riley, who's just been to Brisbane and came back. Didn't quite do that well in the singles, hit the top seed in the first round. But he progressed through into the consolations and did pretty well. But him and his partner from Auckland won the tournament in the doubles for the 14s.
Yep.
So that's a really cool thing that's happened there. Holly Jane Foyts went over to Australia and played in a couple of young ladies tournaments and won a consolation in a tournament there. So that's a great thing for her, great experience playing those. And then the week after that, there was the Rod Laver tournament where Jake Parsons and Lennox Parsons. So Lennox had his first experience playing tennis overseas and won a couple of games and did very, very well. Jake had some very close losses, still played very good tennis, but when you're going over international, there's next level. So,
Yeah.
he played very well, and it's great to see them doing those.
Okay, so Josh has got a New Zealand tournament coming up.
Yeah, next month is the Kiwi Indoors Champs. So Josh will be one of the favourites for the 14s title. And so hopefully, fingers crossed, we've come home with a national title.
Brilliant. All right. Yeah. And Riley, he's away in Serbia at the moment, but he has a big schedule of tournaments throughout Europe.
Yep. He's been in Serbia for almost 2 weeks now. Where they're living at a tennis academy in Novi Sad, where they're learning and training how to play on clay. So a completely different experience to what we've got here in New Zealand. So they're living at the tennis centre. There's indoor courts, outdoor courts. They train 2 to 3 times a day. They have match practice, 2 hours of school, summer school, which I don't think Riley's enjoying, but I think he was hoping to be off school for 8 weeks and do nothing. But they're doing that. They're learning different experiences, meeting so many different people, training for tournaments. And he starts a tournament on Saturday in Belgrade. And then the following week, he's in Germany, where there's a tournament there that they're playing in. And Mishka Sarev's going to be there as one of the main speakers and take them on action points and things like that. So another huge opportunity and experience.
How good could some of these kids be?
Oh, look,
it's incredibly competitive worldwide, a massive sport, isn't it? It's so hard to break into.
It is so incredible, and it is so. You put this. A lot of this comes down to dollars. Okay, now these kids definitely have skills, and they definitely have those attributes, and they work hard, they train hard, they play hard, and it hurts when they lose. So they have a great passion for what they're doing. As far as how far they'll go, I know that Josh and Riley are both hoping to go to the States on scholarships and play the college tennis over there, and hope to maybe do some lower grade professional tournaments once they come out of college and try and earn a small living while playing the sport they love. I think there's a lot that they have expectations for. There's a lot of things that we can do to help them to create those opportunities and live their dream. And, you know, who knows, they could be another Michael Venus where they make a really great living playing doubles or you know, do enough playing singles.
Awesome. Is all this, I remember being part of the opening of the tennis centre and you know, and it was such a great thing that happened in our community, and it's still a great facility. Is this all payback for that? All those hours of fundraising and things?
I think it is, Hoops. The tennis centre that we've got now was designed for the future for our juniors, because back in the day it was grass, and I loved the grass. Won all my tournaments on grass. Haven't won a singles title since it went to hardcourt.
You got to do a bit more running with the hardcourt, don't you, Pete?
You got to, and you can't dive as much either.
Yeah.
Because it hurts. But no, it was all the national staff and overseas stuff was on hardcourt. So you know, the vision was go hardcourt. And I think that we've got the programs in place, we've got the coaches in place, and the support of the board is great for these kids. And the schools have been really great about the time off as well. Like, you know, I don't want to talk about Riley too much. He's been away to Malaysia for 4 weeks. So, you know, he's away from school this year, approximately 14 weeks, 15 weeks. The school's been so supportive of that.
That's awesome.
As long as he keeps his grades up and does his after school homework.
Yeah. All right. And just quickly on the coaches, is there an extension? Are you getting a new coach? I've heard a whisper.
Yep. We got Jack Tiller's the head coach,
Yes.
and the high performance coach. He does a lot of stuff. Like he was the Tennis New Zealand 15s coach that went to Australia just recently as well. So, and Jack does a lot with Tennis Canterbury and Tennis New Zealand as well. So his programs are quite booked up, and was finding that he didn't have room. So many people want coaching. So we've employed Jane Brosnahan as a 2IC coach.
Awesome.
So she helps out with that, and that'll take a little pressure off Jack. And we've got Tyler, my son, and Holly Jane, and a couple of other coaches for Hot Shots and helping coach the juniors.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It's a great setup.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Things are alive and well. Tennis in Canterbury, it's great.
They
stuff.
are. It's real positive. And, you know, going forward, you know, we've got kids coming through in those lower age groups following Josh and Riley. In those age groups, we've got Lennox Parsons. We've got Cooper Ward. We've got the Yan boys. It's really, and we've just got to try and get more girls involved. And we've got Sophia Bartlett doing tournaments, Christchurch, Dunedin, those sorts of ones, getting more of the girls travelling to the tournaments and that as well, and, you know, get the exposure for the girls.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
All good stuff. Good to catch up, my friend.
Good on you. Thanks, Hoops.